Planet Dolan.
From being hit by a meteorite to having 5 of your homes destroyed by hurricanes, we count people who had the worst luck ever. Hello there, my name is Shima and I'll be your feline narrator today, reading out amazing and unbelievable facts while you get nice and cozy. Number 7. English travelers Jason and Jenny Cairns-Lawrence have had more tussles with terrorists than 24's Jack Bauer. They were unlucky enough to be at the epicenter of the September 11th bombings, and went on to witness 2 more attacks in the following years. Not only did the unlucky couple have their New York holiday interrupted by the worst terrorist attack in history, but they were also in London during the devastating 2005 London bombings. 3 years later, they went to exotic Mumbai and witnessed yet another terror attack that took hundreds of lives. That's 3 devastating once-in-a-lifetime experiences over the span of 8 years. I bet staying at home for the rest of their lives is starting to look really good to them. Number 6. On an ordinary day in 1954, Anne Hodges was having a nice relaxing nap on her couch when she was struck by a meteorite. Okay, so it was only a small piece of one, and she survived, but Anne is still the only person in recorded history to have been struck by a meteorite. This makes her statistically very, very unlucky. The tiny fragment of Klondike rock broke through Anne's roof first, and then struck her on the hip. When she'd finished swearing loud enough to annoy the neighbors, she realized that the hunk of space rock might make her very rich. It might have too, until the United States Air Force swooped in via helicopter and confiscated it. She eventually got it back after a grueling legal battle, but then her landlady tried to claim it. All the public attention became too much for Anne, so she donated the meteorite to the Alabama Museum of Natural History. Number 5. No matter how crappy a day you're having, just remember it could always be shittier, worse. There could, just for instance, be footage of you on the internet, getting projectile pooed on by an elephant. That's exactly what happened to this unfortunate guy visiting Berlin Zoo. The tourist didn't do anything to provoke the animal. It seems the elephant just decided he'd look better covered in feces. Such wise creatures. Either that or the elephant just really didn't appreciate the guy's fashion sense. Number 4. Melanie Martinez is the queen of homeowner misfortune. She lost 5 houses to 5 hurricanes. Because she lived on a Louisiana floodplain, Melanie's homes were devastated by Hurricane Betsy in 1965, Juan in 1985, George in 1998, and Katrina in 2005. Fortunately, reality TV came to her rescue, as the producers of a renovation show had heard of her bad luck and offered to help. Melanie's home was generously made over with a new kitchen, cupboards, and top-of-the-line appliances. But then, on the 7th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina, the Category 1 Hurricane Isaac swooped in and dealt her home another devastating blow. You could almost hear the voice on the wind saying, "No, Melanie, you cannot have nice things." Number 3. Statistically, there's a 10,000 to 1 chance that the average person will get struck by lightning in their lifetime. But that didn't stop Royce Elleven from getting hit 7 different times. The odds of this happening are literally 10 octillion, that's 10 with 27 zeros after it, to 1. As a US park ranger, working outside may have contributed to his incredible bad luck. He was hit while on a lookout tower, while driving, while fishing, and even while inside a ranger station. It takes a special kind of person for lightning to search you out inside a building. Sadly, he committed suicide at age 71, but after 7 strikes, it's remarkable his death had nothing to do with lightning. Number 2. Jean Rogers has had so many unlucky things happen to her, you'd swear she was cursed. "Dying doesn't scare me," she's quoted as saying, "but living scares the crap out of me." Jean's bad luck began at 18 when she fell over the railing on a cruise ship. Her friend, who must have been caught up in her unlucky aura, somehow slipped and knocked herself out while going to get help. After surviving that incident, Jean was struck by lightning twice, mugged and shot at, and fell into an open manhole. The most unbelievable incident, though, was when a bat latched onto her scalp as she walked down the street. She frantically knocked on doors for help, but no one wanted to deal with the crazy bat-haired lady. The commotion caused the bat to urinate and claw at her scalp, and poor Jean eventually had to drive herself to the vet. Now that's unlucky. Number 1. Tsutomu Yamaguchi is the only person unfortunate enough to have lived through 2 nuclear bombings. He was an engineer who visited Hiroshima in August 1945. He'd actually planned to leave the day the bomb dropped, but forgot his train travel stamp. Because of that delay, he ended up being 3 kilometers from the impact site when the American bomber, the Enola Gay, dropped its little boy atomic bomb. The explosion ruptured Tsutomu's eardrums, temporarily blinded him, and left him badly burned. He returned to his hometown of Nagasaki the following day for medical treatment, and when he returned to work a few days later, a second atomic bomb, the Fat Man, again fell 3 kilometers from where he was. Tsutomu wasn't injured in the second bombing, but his burns required constant care, and his wife and son later died from radiation-related afflictions. Amazingly, Tsutomu didn't harbor any anti-American sentiments and actually became a passionate anti-nuclear weapons campaigner before dying of stomach cancer in 2010. Thanks for listening, and who's the most unlucky person you know? Let me know in the comments below. Have a good, and hopefully lucky, day.
Things got a little too intimate, a little too soon. Midway through the reception, the bride couldn't find her hunky hubby. She went for a wander and was shocked to find him in the arms of another woman. And not just any woman. It was the bride's mother.